This is the Transformers Generations, the Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class breakdown. The figure is part of the first wave of these Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class figures, and the figure is actually pretty cool. I mean, I don't hate it. It's not super terrible as some reviewers are making it out to be. It's okay. It's not super great, but he actually looks pretty good in my opinion. The figure sports this really nice white off-white plastic, and I don't know if over the course of time, like a few months from now, this plastic will be prone to yellowing. I hope not, but the colors that they chose for this figure, I actually like it. I love the off-white color. I love the navy blue that they matched with it. If you didn't already know, he is a direct redeco of a previous Stunticon, Wild Rider. Now, they've given him obviously a new head sculpt, which is pretty cool. It's so, well, very close to how he looked like in the G1 cartoon. He's obviously gotten a new set of weapons. They've redecoed or resculpted the plate, or the chest plate that opens up. But everything else, the torso, crotch piece is the same, but the waist is new. The hips, thighs, the legs, the feet, even the arms, and the car bits seem to be exactly the same as Wild Rider. And I think that's what a lot of the fans are complaining about, because the other Stunticons had their own mold, and it would have been nice if we did get a brand new mold for Breakdown. But given the fact that he is one of the legs of Menasor, maybe it was deemed logical to just have him in a similar mold with Wild Rider, the other leg of Menasor, so that the figure comes out pretty balanced when you assemble the gestalt. But yeah, it is disappointing that we did get a new mold, but at the same time, I'm actually pretty happy with the way this figure turned out. And here we have the rest of the gang. We finally have the entire Stunticon team for the Legacy line. We've got Motormaster, we've got Dead End, we've got Dragstrip, Wild Rider, and of course now Breakdown. So happy to finally complete this team. And if this is the way things are looking for the combiners, I'm all for redoing the rest of the Combiners team. It's gonna hurt the wallet and the bank account, but I think Hasbro is going in the right direction with this Stunticon team. And if they decide to do the other Combiners, I think I'm all for it. Now, you will notice that only Breakdown didn't get the double weapon treatment out of all the limbs. Breakdown only comes with one blaster pistol. And it's a shame, because I honestly thought they could have just put two of these with this guy, but they decided to only put one because there was only enough space under the hood to store one blaster pistol. Having said that, Hasbro tried to make up for the lack of the duplicate weapon with this really, really cool accessory. And you will notice this is actually the boomerang of Menasor, and this is probably a better alternative to a blaster, because look at this. This is what you can do with this one. You can actually plug it on his hand together with his blaster, and he can use it as a melee weapon and as a boomerang. He can just throw it and, oh, I didn't do it properly. Okay, he can just throw it and, oh, sorry, one more time. And he can just throw it and it's a really, really cool weapon, boomerang, and it doubles as his spoiler right here on the back in alt mode. So come on, right? This is what Hasbro's talking about. This is the new Legacy Evolution gimmick for their weapons pack or weapons payload of their new figures. And it also attaches to the gun to form sort of like a shield, a complement to his blaster. I mean, come on, you can't beat that, right? I mean, this is so much better than actually having two blaster pistols. Okay, one more comparison before we move on. Here we have the original Breakdown Combiner. We have the Combiner Wars Deluxe Class Breakdown. They're very similar in design, and I guess my figure has seen better days. It's been exposed to sunlight before I started storing them in the cupboard. There's some yellowing on the off-white plastic. It's a shame, but this was a very, very good figure back in the day. And Obviously, the new one looks so much more like his G1 self, how he appeared on the cartoon. I do like this one a lot better. It's just a shame that it's a little smaller than the original Deluxe is. But I do like the engineering treatment they did on this figure as regard the spoiler. Instead of having a removable spoiler, they actually split the spoiler and turned it into a heel spur for the figure, which is a shame. I would have wanted some kind of similar treatment with this figure, but I guess it would have been very difficult to do so and just remold this back part of the leg. I think that was probably be asking too much from Hasbro. And the next best thing was really this boomerang, this amazing boomerang for this figure. Now, as regards the back kibble of this figure, I feel the same with Wild Rider on this one. I think there is a way to just collapse these pieces right here and just have that entire backpack just hang as a complete whole front part of the car, just like that. I think that's the better transformation for the backpack. You can probably do a little bit of a G1 configuration if you wanted to. This is actually, I actually do prefer it this way as well, because that's how the G1 toy looked. It didn't really fold that much. The G1 toy just folded back. So I'm okay with this one. So let's get him into his alt mode. So what you want to do is put the weapons off to the side. You want to fold the arms this way. You want to collapse that whole the front part of the car like we did earlier. Fold down the arms to his sides like this. You want to go ahead and open that chest, fold in the head, and then fold up that chest. This entire section right here is going to collapse like this. And then you're gonna lock it in place with the windshield. Rotate this waist piece, flip the feet up like this. Then you wanna open up the panels, right, like this. You wanna just fold everything over. It's gonna have a lot of parts scraping. They haven't figured out how to do that, even with a Wild Rider mold. And just collapse this one right here. Make sure the tabs are behind the wrists. And there we go. There is Breakdown, and his alt mode is very, very similar to Wild Rider, except the difference is he's now got a spoiler, and the weapon can be stored right here. You can totally see why Hasbro decided to just put one weapon, because two weapons would not fit under that hood. It rolls very, very nicely. And for comparison, in alt mode, here is Breakdown with Wild Rider. I do apologize, I forgot to mention they did remold or recast the back part of the legs, which is the back part of the car, into something closer to maybe what a Lamborghini would look like. That's nice. I do appreciate a new mold here and there, but you know, instead of remolding this, I would have been happy keeping this. But I would have wished that they could have remolded the front part of the car to give it more of that slope, maybe a Lamborghini Diablo or Lamborghini Countach. That would have been actually nicer, but it's okay. And here he is with the Combiner Wars Breakdown in alt mode. I mean, I do love this alt mode. It was so cool back in the day, but I think I'm more partial to this one now. This mold has really grown on me. And finally, here are all the Stunticons in alt mode. They look great as a team. They're gonna look great on a shelf, even in alt mode. And even if you don't combine these guys, they look terrific in their alt modes. To transform Breakdown into his leg mode, it's easy as just popping this front part like this. And then you're gonna attach it to the back part of Menasor's leg. That's about it. I will do a Menasor video review, a separate one, to feature the entire Stunticon team combined together as a Menasor, and we'll do some comparisons with that. So do stay tuned for that video. And so some final thoughts on this Transformers Legacy Evolution Breakdown. I don't hate this figure. I'm actually pleased at how well it came together. We've got a lot of remolded parts, the waist, the back part of the legs, which is the back part of the car. We got a new head sculpt, new chest plate. It's just a shame they couldn't remold the front part of the car to give it more of a Lamborghini feel, but all in all, I'm pretty satisfied with the way this guy came out. I'm hoping that the white plastic is durable enough that it does not yellow after a few months or so, even if you keep it in the bin. That's probably the only thing I'm worried about this figure. But all in all, I love the colors. I love the way they kind of sort of reused the mold, but they tried to give us a lot of new things about it. It's not perfect, but it's not horrible. I'm gonna give the figure a 8 out of 10. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this Transformers Generations Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Breakdown. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe and do stay tuned for my Menasor video review. Thanks for watching.